It was a beautiful spring-like day and my house, especially my kitchen, was a complete disaster. So my mission was to get it entirely reset, or at least as much as I could. So if you're needing some motivation to get up and get moving today, this is for you. The reason my house was so bad actually was because the day prior to this, I unexpectedly had to decorate 90 cookies with royal icing. It's a long story, but that is something I don't know how to do and have never done, but it was for my grandfather's 90th birthday party, so of course I stepped up to help out. But it took me a solid 8 or 9 hours, and when I tell you, my body was hurting and I was not about to clean my kitchen after that. I am not kidding. The mess had to wait. And now I understand why these bakers charge $48 a dozen for these cookies. Today's video is going to be a mix of both cleaning and a little bit of decluttering. So if you're looking for more of decluttering motivation, that is closer to the second half of the video or the end of the video where we're decluttering my fridge and my pantry. But I just figured I would let you guys know if that's what you came here for, because I know a lot of you prefer the decluttering over the cleaning these days. I also did a little bit of house hunting on this day as well. I filmed this on a Friday and there happened to be an open house for a house that we were interested in. So I did actually take you guys along with me for that a little bit. There's just a couple of clips. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get that house. I haven't heard yet officially, but I'm pretty sure that we did not bid high enough for that house just based off of what I'm hearing from my realtor. So unfortunately, we are still on the hunt for a new house and hopefully something comes up this week. I think probably the hardest part of this process is the fact that it's such like a week to week thing. So we're just constantly like, okay, we didn't get this one, so let's hope next week is it. And then the next week comes and we still didn't get a house. And so we're like, okay, maybe next week. And it's just kind of draining to go through this process and just keep waiting like week by week and hoping something is going to come up and then it doesn't. But we're not giving up hope just yet. And yeah, I hope something comes up this week. We're also visiting North Carolina in a couple of weeks, and we are also open to checking out real estate over there, as you guys know. So that's really exciting. And maybe the reason why nothing is working out here is because we're actually meant to move there. I don't know. We'll find out. I've been really wanting to give back to my subscribers who watch my videos every single week. I appreciate you more than you could ever know. So I figured I would start this week. So what I'm planning to do is if you are watching my video within the first hour and you leave me a comment, I will pick one of you for a coffee on me. All you'll need to do is make sure that you leave your email address in your comment or you leave your Instagram handle so I can get in touch with you. And I will send you over some money so you can go get yourself a treat. I tried filming this video a little bit differently, which I don't know if you've noticed that by now yet or not, but I was basically using my GoPro to film like a far away wide angle clip of the things that I was doing, and then also using my regular camera to film as well and kind of flip-flopping between the two to keep things interesting. So I would love to know your thoughts about that in the comments down below. I've never tried to do this before, but I've had my GoPro for probably over a year and I've never used it. So I figured that I probably should start using it. There's cheese in here. Did you put your cheese in this cabinet?
No.
Then how did the cheese get there?
The cheese was...
Who put it there?
I put here.
You put it over there?
Yeah.
So how did it end up in here?
I did put it here.
You did, okay. Honesty is good. I feel like I've mentioned this recently, but in an effort to use up things that I have in my kitchen, I am trying to go through all of my cleaning supplies that are under my kitchen sink. I feel like I just kind of keep them down there and I don't use them regularly. And so where I'm trying to be more minimal and I'm trying to declutter stuff, that just goes against like everything I believe in to keep stuff that I'm not using. So I figured instead of like throwing these things away, I'm going to make a active effort to go through all of them, starting with my stainless steel cleaner. I hardly ever use this. I typically just use my all-purpose spray to quickly wipe down all of the stainless steel in my kitchen, but I want to be more mindful about using things up and not being wasteful, so I'm going to make sure that I use my stainless steel cleaner going forward. We are going to take a quick break to talk about today's sponsor, and I just wanted to say a huge thank you to those of you who watch my sponsored content and support me by using my links to check out my sponsors. I could not do this if it weren't for you, and with that being said, let's dive into it. I think you guys are going to like this one because it's all about saving money. So you guys know I'm all about living a little bit more minimally these days and decluttering the crap we don't need, and of course saving some money. But let's be real, sometimes there are things that we do need to buy. So you might as well save a little bit of money while you're shopping for things that you need anyway. So I'm very excited to share today's sponsor, Cupert, and how you can do just that by using their free browser extension. So if you've never heard of Cupert before, again, they're a free extension that was designed to save you money. You know how often I will be looking to buy something online and I'm Googling coupon codes and I'm individually copying and pasting each coupon code that I find, trying to see what will save me the most money and what is the best deal. With Cupert, you no longer have to do that. You just download the extension and it works on browsers like Google Chrome, it works on Firefox, Edge, something called Opera, which I've never heard of before. It also works on Safari, and there's a mobile app as well. And then you just shop like normal and Cupert will automatically test coupons. It will offer you cashback rewards. And also my personal favorite feature is their price comparison feature. Their coupon testing service is supported by over 3 million different retailers, and they actually have like 6 million active weekly users on their desktop version, as well as 3 million active users on their mobile version as well. So I'm going to take a second to show you how easy it is to save money using Cupert. Okay, so here's just a quick example of how I saved money on this dress right here. We're headed to North Carolina in a couple of weeks and I wanted something nice to wear, but it's a little bit pricey. So using the Cupert extension, I was able to have it automatically apply all the coupons it found. It looks like it found 16 coupons to try. So I watched it apply each and every single one and try to find the one with the best deal, and it ended up being able to save me a little bit of money. I saved $12.50, and I was also able to earn a little bit of cash back from this purchase too. Next, I wanted to show you an example of their price comparison feature. So I'm in the market right now for a new hand mixer. Mine recently broke, unfortunately. So I went on Amazon, I found one that I liked, and then once I clicked on the Cupert extension, it told me that it found a better price at other retailers and was able to pull up a full comparison of the same item from different retailers so that I could find the best price. Cupert supports cash back from over 76,000 different retailers, big names like Walmart, Macy's, and Sephora, just to name a few. You typically will receive your cash back within about 15 days. It takes about that time to process, but actually the more you shop using Cupert, the faster you will receive your cashback rewards. And those cashback rewards can be redeemed for things like a bank card, a PayPal transfer, or gift cards, of course. I will have the link where you can install Cupert in my description box down below, so be sure to check there so you can shop a little bit smarter in 2025 and unlock automatic savings. And I just want to say a big thank you to Cupert for sponsoring today's video.
Okay,
What's that?
this is on our head.
Whoa.
Okay, our Angry Bird.
She is. So most of my kitchen is clean except this area because Sutton has been playing with his Play-Doh and he's being so good, right? Being so good?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we are actually about to get dressed because where are we gonna go?
To the movie.
No, we gotta go to check out a house. So we're gonna go look at a house this afternoon. It has a big yard. Do you want to see it? It even has a pool. We're gonna run out to the open house and then come back here and I'm sure he'll play with this Play-Doh some more, and we'll just see what else I'm able to get done today. But it's already 11:30 and all I've done is the kitchen. Also, this is the first time I've worn this shirt. Like, I got it, I think, back in February, and I got, it's probably not gonna pick up on camera, but I got food coloring all over it when I was doing the dishes. So I hope that comes out. This house was super nice. It was really big. It had beautiful hardwood floor, and my favorite part was that it had a basketball court in the backyard. And I just know that my 7-year-old would have loved this if we got this house, but unfortunately, I don't think that we did. But now we're back home and we are cleaning up in the living room. Somehow kinetic sand ended up absolutely everywhere. So instead of just vacuuming it up, I am going to first try to get up all the big chunks because I feel like kinetic sand is probably not good for my vacuum and I really don't want to damage my vacuum. So I figured I'd get up all the big chunks as much as I could and then use the vacuum to get up the rest. I think that I'm going to be team no pillows on the couch going forward. I still have our Christmas pillows out on the couch because I just haven't gotten around to buying new pillow covers or whatever. But I think that I personally just don't want them anymore at all, unless it's like for a Christmas, like a seasonal thing, because all they do is end up on the floor and thrown around my house. And I feel like I pick them up 800 times a day. And that's annoying, and I don't want to have to do that. So I feel like nobody actually uses them to sit like for comfort. They're literally just for show and also to be a pain in my butt. So I think I'm going to put these ones away in my Christmas bin until next year and just live the no pillows on the couch life, and it's going to be fine. I don't really care how it looks. I feel like this angle right here really shows how much we are outgrowing this house. Like, it's honestly been really hard, and we have our, like, my computer chair is over there, or my office chair. I need that. I need like a comfortable place to sit when I'm working, but it just doesn't really have a good place to go because I don't have an office. So it just kind of sits in the middle of the living room, and it kind of drives me insane sometimes. And then I've got my walking pad, which is another thing that is important for me to have. We have a lot of rainy days here in the spring, so I'm not able to get outside as much, but I want to make sure that I'm staying active. But then I've got the walking pad out all the time. If it's not convenient, I'm not going to use it. So if I'm like rolling that walking pad away, putting it under my bed or whatever every day, then I am guaranteed to not use it. But when it's out, I will definitely use it. So anyway, my point is we've got all this big stuff out all the time in our one main living area, and it just makes it really hard for me to feel like the space is ever clean and tidy and decluttered, and it's not great for my mental health. But it is what it is. That's the season of life that we're in right now. My house is not always going to look like a show home because it's not. We do live here. This is where we live every single day, and a house is meant to look lived in, but I'm just so hopeful that soon something is going to come up and our lives are just going to feel a little bit less tight and cramped in a new, more open space. Play-Doh has been such a hit for my toddler lately. I feel like he spends so much time standing at his little kitchen helper playing with his Play-Doh, and it's honestly been awesome because it keeps him really, really busy and entertained for quite some time. However, the mess is not my favorite. Play-Doh mess is a special kind of mess. I'm sure you guys know what I mean if you have little kids who play with Play-Doh, but I feel like I'm finding it everywhere, and it's also all over the bottoms of our shoes. At this point, the dishwasher that I had completely loaded up earlier was now ready to be emptied. And so I'm not going to procrastinate today. I'm going to get it done right away. And if you have a dishwasher full of clean dishes that you have not put away yet, this is your sign to go ahead and do it and not procrastinate. There's truly nothing worse than when you go to load up the dishwasher, like after dinner or something, and you open it up and realize it's full of clean dishes and it needs to be emptied before it can be loaded back up. As we inch closer and closer to the summertime, I'm getting so excited for all that that means for our family. We just absolutely thrive in the summertime and in the warm weather here in Massachusetts. I'm so excited to be able to go back to the beach and for my kids to be able to go fishing and do all the things that we enjoy outdoors and spend some time in our backyard, hopefully in our new backyard if we end up moving sometime soon. But I'm just really looking forward to it. And I would love to know what you guys have planned for the summer months. Do you have any big vacations coming up? What are your favorite things to do in the summertime? I would love to hear all of it and just get all the summer vibes going in my comment section. It is a different day than the one that we left off on, but interestingly enough, we're doing like the same thing. So Sutton's over here playing with Play-Doh and I'm getting ready to clean up my fridge and my pantry a little bit. I feel like I do this relatively frequently now on here, but it's just something I have to stay on top of. Otherwise it becomes chaotic and messy and disgusting. So we're gonna go through the fridge and pantry real quick. We just actually went grocery shopping this morning. We placed a Target drive-up order and we also ran into Trader Joe's and we quickly ran into Whole Foods. Let me show you why real quick. We literally went to Whole Foods just for these. They're the brown butter chocolate chunk cookies. I feel like I see people talking about these all the time and how amazing they are, and I feel like I'm missing out on something. So we decided to go and grab them from Whole Foods. They're in the freezer section. Like, they're in the bakery section of Whole Foods, but they're in the freezer in the bakery. So we grabbed actually 2 packs of these because there's only 4 in here, but I think they're gonna end up being huge cookies. So I'll let you know if these end up being delicious or not. But yeah, we have been running errands all morning. We've been to multiple different stores. I have a bunch of snacks laid out on the dining room table that I want to get put away, but first I just want to go through everything and get it clean and decluttered before we put everything away. If you happen to notice that I'm wearing 2 different socks in this clip, no, you didn't. You didn't see anything. I'm just kidding. It was laundry day, for me at least, on this day when I was filming, and I could not find a single pair of matching socks to wear. So if you saw it, no, you didn't. I obviously don't want our food to go bad, so when I am going through my fridge and cleaning and decluttering it, I always try to do it kind of in sections. So I'll take everything out from most of the shelves and then I will just give them a quick wipe down and then I will quickly put everything back in. Obviously excluding the things that are now expired or rotten or whatever. Obviously I don't put those things back in, but I will put the most important things back in first and just try to make sure that I'm not leaving everything sitting out on my counter for too long. My kids have a tendency to grab things out of the fridge and just leave the empty package in there. I don't understand. My son does it all the time with like ice cream bars. So I'll go to grab an ice cream bar or something and realize it's just an empty box sitting in the freezer. I don't know why they do this to me, but it also happens with the cheese. So I had to make sure I went through the cheese drawer to find any empty packages that my children might have left in there. And then we also did have quite a few expired condiments, so I wanted to go ahead and get those out of my fridge as well. I spent quite some time trying to clean out packaging so that I could recycle as much as possible. So that's what you're seeing here. But I did also have some trash that I needed to throw away as well. Next, we are going through my pantry, and again, I like to do this in sections just to keep it from getting too overwhelming. But honestly, we don't keep as much food in our pantry as we used to. I feel like it still looks like a lot, like when you're looking at it here, but some of these bins in there are actually just empty bins at this point. We're trying to be more mindful about not buying quite as much at a time to make sure that we're actually eating the things that we have before they go bad. So I just kind of quickly go through each section of the pantry to reorganize it, find anything that might have been left open and is now completely stale. Like, for example, there was a box of Teddy Grahams in there that someone had left open, so they were all stale and yucky at that point. Sometimes I will take every single thing out so that I can wipe down the shelves, but I didn't feel like they needed that on this day, so I'm mostly just going through everything again, trying to find anything expired or stale, and also trying to reduce excess packaging that takes up space in here. We have a Thrive Market membership, and I really want to be better about ordering my kids' snacks pretty much exclusively from Thrive to make sure that they're not getting dyes and yucky ingredients inside of their snacks. But I also do really like Trader Joe's for buying snacks. So I think between those two places, I'm going to try and make that switch so that my kids are having better quality ingredients and no dyes in their food. I always mention this when I'm going through my pantry and stuff, but I do have a toddler who has always had some pretty serious eating issues. Like, he just truly does not enjoy eating, and it's a battle to get him to eat just about anything. So we do have some brands that I'd prefer not to buy because they were things that he specifically pointed at and wanted at the grocery store, and I was just happy that he was willing to eat anything at all, which sounds awful, but until you've lived through it and you've had that struggle with one of your children, it's just something that you can't understand. I wanted to take a quick break to remind you guys about Free Cash. Free Cash is a platform where you can earn extra money just by playing mobile games. All you have to do is sign up, make sure app tracking is enabled on your phone, and get to playing games. If you would like to try out Free Cash, you can click the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen and get a $5 bonus on your first offer started. But now I'm just breaking down all of the recycling and getting all of that consolidated together into a trash bag. And I made my husband bring this out to our recycling bin. He couldn't leave the trash bag in there, but he dumped the contents of this trash bag out into the recycling bin. I felt really good about how much I was able to recycle. And then, of course, as usual, there is trash. There's always expected to be trash when you go through your food, but this is the after. It's looking so much better, so much more organized, and I feel like we have some pretty good stuff right now for us to eat. But that's going to be it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out Cupert. I will have that in my description box down below. But that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you'll come back again next week for another video.
I'll be there till